amazing humans. Thank you for joining me today and every day that you are watching. I have not done a live in a while, so I figured I'd come on and do a live. I'm excited. I got some things to share with you. Uh, wonderful things, wonderful things. I know I've been coming to you in your news feeds with my words of the day. If you didn't see the word of today, it is steadfast, and it's an amazing um, way to keep you focused and keep you on things. So, before I go into the reason I'm doing the live, I just want to say if you are watching this on a replay, please drop replay in the comments just so I know that you see it. And of course, if you're not seeing all of my content, please hit that follow button or subscribe, whichever channel that you're watching me on. Please definitely do that. I am trying, just so you know, to get my subscribers for YouTube um, increased. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, please go there and definitely follow me. I will appreciate you. And I already appreciate you, but I will appreciate that, and I thank you so much for that. So let's dive into it. So if you've noticed, I started doing this new thing where every day I'm giving you a word. And the reason that I'm giving you a word is I find especially in mindset coaching, that we get so overwhelmed with just day-to-day things that we need to do to reach our goals. And if that's not you, then your goals aren't big enough, right? But we do get just drowned by everyday things like I need to do this, plus work, plus kids, plus family, plus, whatever you have going on in your life, whether you have fur babies or you have human babies, like it doesn't matter. You have a life, and it gets very daunting when you're trying to achieve your goal and you still need to life, right? And I understand that. So I have been just doing a word of a day and just letting you know how it can apply to you, right? Now, or how you can apply it to yourself or your situation. Now, some of these words may not. Not everybody needs them, but somebody needs them, right? And I am super excited and wanting to share with you. But in case you don't know anything about me because this is your first time ever watching a live or ever watching any content that I have ever done, my name is Silvermoon. I am a health and mindset coach. I enjoy what I do because I enjoy helping people reach their dreams. And I do focus on the aspiring entrepreneur, but I am not limited to that. So, anyone who has a goal that they want to achieve and they don't know where to start, how to start, when to start, what to do, I am your go to person. And that's what I do. And I'm super excited about it because what makes my heart happy and fulfills my day is seeing other people accomplish their dreams. And you see my smile. Like I just light up when I think about other people achieving their dreams and reaching their goals that they have set for themselves. It's the most rewarding opportunity that the Lord has blessed me with. Okay. So I also um, spend a lot of time volunteering in my community. I give a lot of time and resources and assets, and I pour into my community because I feel that pouring back into the community is important because um, there are small businesses, there are different groups and clubs and this and that, and everybody needs help, right? Everybody needs a volunteer. Everybody needs someone to assist them with something, okay? So if you are not that person that is very active in the community, giving back time or, serving, I encourage you to do that. It's also very rewarding, and you get to meet a lot of people. You get to hear a lot of different stories, and you get to be the boots on the ground that's helping someone, right? Um, so it is a very rewarding thing. So one of those things I did yesterday, And I went to this amazing place. I know the owner and his wife, who are also very, very active in our community, volunteering, just giving themselves. Like it's it, it's an amazing friendship, and it's great to have people that do the same things as you do, right? So I have been wanting to go visit um, this martial arts class for, oh my gosh, like it's been like 6 months I've been talking about it. And I finally was like, life, right? It's not that I didn't want to go. It's just not a place that I pass every day. And I've been talking like I want to go, and finally I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put it on my schedule. So I reached out to Steve, who is the amazing owner, and I was like, "Hey, is it okay if I come by tomorrow?" And he was like, "Yes, absolutely." So I showed up yesterday, and in this martial arts class, um, in this martial arts class, there are a group of children, and then after the children, there's a group of adults. So it is for all ages. It's an amazing place. But what I was able to witness yesterday was the children. And one of the takeaways, as Steve and I were talking, and just different, goals and dreams, and um, you can tell I don't know much about martial arts. And if Steve or Nikki watch this, they're going to laugh at me. And it's okay. You can laugh at me too. Tournaments. I don't think he called them tournaments, though. What did he call them? We'll say tournaments for the sake of this live, okay? But competitions. That's what it was. So, uh, as we were speaking about different things, we were talking about competitions that are coming up, and what I witnessed was so amazing. So the children walk in, and it's like they're just on it. They come there, they are into their martial arts. It is it is their thing. They start practicing. There's very little conversation. I mean, they are talking. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that there's not conversation. What I'm trying to say is like they are focused. They are focused. They come in. They start doing their warm ups, or you know whatever the correct verbiage is for what they're doing, but they start doing it. They have smiles on their faces. The parents bring them, and I see them sitting over at the table and they're talking amongst themselves. So, one of the things that I left with when I left yesterday and I walked out the doors, I was like, wow, what an amazing space for children. What an amazing space. Because the babies, I call them babies. Um, I don't care if they're 50, if they're your child, they're your baby, right? But these children were not 50. Um, but what an amazing space for them. What a calm space. They get to come there and do what they love and what they like. Their parents are supporting them, and then the parents are supporting the other parents, right? So it was just an all inclusive moment. And I wasn't there that long. I was only there for maybe 10, 15 minutes. But I'm telling you, in those 10, 15 minutes, put a smile on my face for the rest of the evening, because it made my heart so happy to see such a wonderful human just pouring into these children, and the parents pouring into these children and pouring into the other parents. Like it was just, if you haven't been there, you need to go. And if you have a child that you think would love martial arts, or they just have an idea that they think, I might want to do this, I have put Steve's information at the bottom. You'll see the name of the company is called Scorpion All Martial Arts. You'll see his name and his phone number. Please take a screenshot, whatever you need to do, and reach out to Steve. I'm sure he is, I know he is a very nice human, and I'm sure that he'll let you and your baby come and check it out and see if it's something that they would love to do. And I encourage you. If I, still had small children, I would definitely be there. And I was told yesterday I need to join the adult class. I don't know. I don't know. I do need to join it. I'm not saying I don't need to join it. I'm just saying I don't know. But hey, that could be in the future, right? That could be in the cards for me. Who knows? Need to get through a few things, and then we'll revisit that. So, Steve, I haven't given up on you, man. I haven't given up on you, and I heard you yesterday, even though I was like, okay, I heard you. I heard you, my friend. So, if your baby is interested in martial arts, or you think that they would enjoy it, just learning, I mean, at the end of the day, it's learning how to protect yourself, right? And it's learning confidence and in yourself and in your abilities. So, if you think your baby is interested, please screenshot the number, write it down, do whatever you need to do. Mr. Payman will be very, very happy to assist you and to make sure that you are welcomed with open arms. I saw that yesterday. I know the children would welcome your baby with open arms, and I know the other parents will as well. So I do want to give a shout out to all the children that were at the class yesterday and all the parents that were at the class yesterday, because you all made my heart smile. And of course, I want to say thank you to Steve for allowing me to come. Even though it was last minute, he did accommodate me, and I do appreciate you, Steve. To you and Nikki, I wish you both the best of success. So let's get into. Don't forget to take that number, because I'm about to take that the scroll off. I'll give you a minute. All right. Now let's get into what I was going to say. So I decided to do this live just to talk about the various little things that you've probably noticed that I'm doing, which is the one word of the day. You'll see different information that I'm posting. I do have a healthcare membership for people who have both traditional and not traditional insurance, because I believe that access to healthcare is very important. And I also believe that you deserve to have that access when you need it. And I also know that there is a physician shortage locally. At least I'm in Port St. Lucie. I don't know where you're watching. Drop where you're watching from. I would love to see who's watching. But I'm in Florida. I'm in Port St. Lucie, Florida, and I do know that there is a physician shortage that we have. So access to care is harder. Um, it's not that you can't access the care, but it is harder to do. And when you have immediate access, it's so much easier, and it truly is affordable. It's nothing that's going to break the bank, and you will have what you need. You'll have prescriptions, you'll have access to doctors. If you are struggling with mental health, which is a major issue, we have a mental health crisis. If you're struggling with mental health, it is all included. If you are interested, please just drop info and I will send you my calendar invite and we will get on a calendar. I know you want information about it, right? Everybody wants information about it, but what I like to do is I like to meet with you and I like to help you see how this can help you, honestly. We walk through everything, and I want you to make an informed decision. And I feel that if you're just receiving information but you really don't know what you're reading, you're interpreting it differently than probably what's truthfully transpiring. So I just ask you to take 20 minutes out of your day to hop on a Zoom with me, and we go through everything. You ask all the questions, I answer all your questions. When you sign up, you have access within 30 minutes. So, and I say 30 minutes, it may not even be 30 minutes. I just like to give the leeway. So, even if you don't think this is for you, it is for you. So drop info below. Let me send you my calendar invite. Let's meet up and let's talk about it. And that way you can make an informed decision for you and or your family. All right. Now, back to mindset. Mindset is important. Do you know that your mindset controls everything in your life? When you wake up in the morning, if you wake up mad, your whole day is going to be nothing but problems. I promise you that. I did a little clip the other day, and I was like, I like to wake up with a smile on my face. And that is the truth. I do. Because when you wake up, the world is so busy and so many things can happen. You wake up late, your dog chews something, your kids are waking up late, they're not getting their stuff, they're, just all this stuff that we deal with every single day. So if we wake up looking for something to go wrong, it's going to go wrong because you know what? It's already going wrong. It's already going wrong. We just haven't acknowledged it yet. It's already going wrong. We have to wake up every day with a smile on our face, and we have to look for something positive in that day. And if waking up with a smile on our face saying, you know what, I am going to accomplish my goal of reading 3 pages today on my lunch hour, that gives you something to look forward to. That gives you something to keep you happy when all these things are coming at us. And if you are a decision maker, when I say if you are in any type of management, if you are in any type of construction where you need to make split decisions, you have all this stuff coming at you every single day. It's just a repeat. It happens. It's coming just like this. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, it happens just like that. But you know what keeps you going? It's that thought. That thought that you get to read those 3 pages a day. That thought, if I make it to noon, I get to have my lunch break and I'm going to read 3 pages. That's your de-stressor. And then once you reach that goal, right, then you have to have another goal. And this is what I like to tell people. Everybody's like, yeah, I have a goal. Okay, where's your goal at? Oh, my goal is to own a house. That is a wonderful goal. Don't ever let anyone tell you that owning your own home isn't a wonderful goal. Now I get it. Some people don't want to, and that's fine too. But if your dream is to own your own home, that's a wonderful goal. But hear me out for a second. Hear me out. You have to look at yourself. Where am I at right now? And let's say, hypothetically, or this may be true for you. Right now, you have $2 in the bank and nothing in savings. And your goal is to own a home. My question and my job as your mindset coach is to have little goals for you so you can see the achievement. So you can reach these little goals through action steps. And we celebrate the little goals, and it gives us the strength, the energy, the positivity, the motivation to move to the next goal. If we are today sitting here with $2 in our checking account and 0 in savings, and our goal is to own a home, and we are doing nothing to reach that goal, guess what's going to happen? And I can't even say this with a smile on my face. You're never going to reach the goal. Statistics show that only 2% of people actually ever reach their dreams. And I am here to tell you the reason that that number is so low is because we do not put small goals before the big dream. And we need to start doing that. So I'm going to give you a tip for all of my amazing humans that your goal is to own a home. Here is a free tip for you. Schedule 3 goals of what you're going to do. Out of every paycheck, you're going to save $10 and you're not going to touch it. Then when you can consistently save that $10 for 6 months, make a new goal. And that new goal will be saving maybe $50. Now, if you're going to come at me and be like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck and I cannot afford to save that, my question to you is going to be, you can't afford not to save it. Well, that's a statement, not a question. But you can't afford not to save it. Because if you are not saving the money to own your home, you're not going to own your home. Listen, success does not walk by somebody's house and knock on the door. It does not say, hey, knock, 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 I'm success. Welcome. Poof, there you are. What makes success is actions. Every single successful person you will ever meet in your life has a drag through the mud story about how they were grinding so hard they couldn't even see straight, nor did they think there was a light at the end of the tunnel. But they were so consistent in their actions. One day they woke up and was like, dang, I accomplished all of that. Look at where I'm at. I guess I might have hopped on that success train somewhere when I was building the tracks because I don't remember it running me over or asking me to join. And that's the thing. Consistency. You have to be consistent in your goals. You have to be consistent in your actions. And you need to celebrate yourself, your small wins. You have to do that in order to reach the goal. Now, if you want to talk more about it, drop coaching below and I'll send you my calendar and we can definitely get on that. We can get a roadmap scheduled for you and we can, well, I can make sure that you are successful. But listen, you have to do the work. Success does not come to people who don't work hard. It's not something that's just going to come by and you're going to jump into it. Now, listen, there are some people born into it. Don't get me wrong, there are. I was not. Again, if this is the first time of you seeing any of my content, then you don't know. But for those of you that have seen my content, you know that I am very open about my life in terms of my upbringing. I came from a very poor background. My father worked 3 jobs, my mother worked 1, and my mother ended up having a heart attack and could not work, and we were going to lose our home. And even though they had multiple jobs and there was multiple income, they were trading time for money. So they were never going to make, unless they worked overtime, they were never going to make any more than what they had. And I decided to do things differently. I decided to invest. I decided to work very hard. I decided to have multiple streams of income instead of just one. But that was from the wisdom of my dad, which I believe was from, him learning. Like, listen, we learn from our mistakes. We do something that doesn't work. Oh, crap, let's not do that again. Right. And I think my father realized it um, as as I was growing up. He realized, oh crap, like this isn't working. And he used to tell me, he said, if I ever remembered anything that he told me, always remember never to put your eggs in the same basket. That was the analogy he used. And of course I was like, eggs, basket, what? Like, please help me. Help me understand, Daddy. I don't know. And he was very good at breaking things down. And he said, Silver Moon, if you ever want to make more money than what your job is paying you have to make sure you don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Meaning, if you're going to open a restaurant, you don't open a restaurant that's all Italian food. You open a restaurant that serves Italian food. You open a restaurant that serves Mexican food. You open a restaurant that serves fast food. Because then that way you're reaching everybody instead of just a select few. Best wisdom he ever gave me. Actually, that may not be true. He gave me a lot of wisdom. But I will tell you that shaped my life. It did. He was never an investor. He never invested. I always invest. My children invest. My oldest son, Brian, he's been investing since he was 15 years old. I always tell him every day, best thing you can do. Last night we went to dinner. What did we start talking about? Stocks. He's 22, talking to my baby about stocks, making money, because that's important, and that's how I raised my children. My father would have raised us that way had he had the knowledge that he later acquired, um, because that's what he taught me. And I listened because I trusted him. He was my hero. I say was, he passed away in 2013. May he rest in peace. But he lives within me every day. And his wisdom and his words, and especially when I'm going through a challenging time, I can remember things that he used to say to me. And he was very good at meeting people where they were, getting them through situations, and celebrating them when they were successful. All of the things I do. How ironic. How ironic, right? But his wisdom has always been with me. And you can't unlearn something. Once you learn, you learn. Like it's either something that's going to push you forward, or it's something that it's like, okay, that was a mistake. I'm never going to do that again. Either way, you're still learning. The moment that you stop learning is the moment that you become complacent. And complacency is nowhere to be found in the word success. Nowhere. And maybe you're not looking for success. Maybe you're just looking for those wonderful things that we all want and desire: a home, a car. That's fine too. But listen, I don't care if you want a home, a car, you want to own a business, you just want success in your current career. The same, you're doing the same thing. All four people are doing the same thing. You're chasing a dream, which is wonderful. Chase the dream, but chase it correctly. Chase it with action. Because if you're sitting on the couch wishing, it's going to pass you by. You're going to miss opportunities. You're never going to reach the dream. You're going to be 90, still chasing the same dream, wondering, looking back, what happened? Well, I can tell you what happened. What happened is there was no action. Words without action are stagnant. You don't get anywhere. I can sit here all day and say, I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish. But if I'm not doing anything, I'm not creating goals, I'm not creating action steps to get to that wish, then I'm just wishing. I'm doing nothing. And I see it all the time. Listen, I see it all the time on social media. I wish my life was different. I wish I wasn't in this situation. I wish I was a millionaire. I wish I was. I wish I could. I wish I did. Well, you know what? You can, you could, you still can. All you have to do is put some action steps in there. And if you don't know where to begin, that's where I come in. I hold you accountable. You create the steps, but I hold you accountable to them. Listen, everybody's life is different. I may be able to do 15 things in a day. You may only be able to do one. That's why it's your plan. That's why it's your dream. But we have to be realistic, right? Like if you were to hire me and you came to me and you said, I want to be a millionaire in 3 months, you're going to have a lot of work to do. You can achieve it, but you're going to have a lot of work to do. So you can't come to me and say, I want to be a millionaire in 3 months and then be like, well, I want to sit on my couch and watch TV 5 hours a day. I'm going to laugh at you. and then tell you that's not going to work. I'm not going to laugh at you to make fun of you. I'm just going to be like, well, that's not going to work. It's not. And this is what I'm saying, and this is what I'm trying to get out there in the world, right? Is people, that percentage, 2% of people reaching their dreams, no. It should be 2% of people not reaching their dreams. And if you have accomplished some of your dreams, or if you're older and you've accomplished all of your dreams, you know what? Congratulations, because you are in the top 2% of life. And I am proud of you for that. I am. About 5 years ago, I had, well, maybe it might have been 6 years ago, I had someone ask me, what are your goals? And 6 years ago, I had accomplished every dream I set out for myself. I didn't really have any more goals. I wasn't sure. But the question sparked a fire because it reminded me that I'm going through the motions. I've created successful businesses. They were running smoothly. Life was great. Babies were good. But I realized that if I didn't have a bigger goal, I was never going to reach it, right? Just because business is good today, do I just want it to be good? Or do I want it to be bigger, better? Of course. If you know me, if you don't, you'll know now. I wanted it to be bigger and better. So I had to create some different goals. I had to raise the bar. And let me tell you something, it when you go from making consistent money to having a bar, a dream of money you could make, that's a whole different mindset. You have to be in a whole different mindset for that. Especially when you're like me and you had nothing. You were raised with nothing. I mean, we ate. I'm not saying we didn't eat. Wasn't that bad because I do know there's some people out there that do suffer. Parents that have to choose whether or not they get to eat or their children eat. I'm not oblivious to that. I'm very well aware because I've seen it. I lived it. I grew up in it. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when you grow up with nothing and you have dreams and then you reach them goals, you still have to have more goals. Or again, you become complacent and you're in a hamster wheel going around. You're not chasing anything anymore. So now I have dreams I chase. And I inch closer and closer and closer. And I'm the type of person that's probably never going to stop. You are more than welcome to stop whenever you want. But my recommendation is not to. My recommendation is to always have a dream that you're chasing, goals and action steps daily to reach that dream. It keeps you grounded, it keeps you focused, and it keeps you on that path for success. And as an adult, you have to realize you are leaving a legacy behind. And if you have children, you're leaving it to your children. So, what I want you to do is I want you to get up today. Well, it's this evening at this point. Get up, do some jumping jacks. I should probably do them if I'm telling you to do them. Okay, jumping jacks, right? Do some jumping jacks. Get your mind, take some deep breaths. Think about what your dream is. Put some goals, short term goals. The dream is the long term goal. Your You need to create short term goals, and then you need to create action steps to reach those short term goals. So I want you to do that tonight. And every time you reach a short term goal, I want you to celebrate yourself, whatever that is. If you like to binge watch Netflix, celebrate yourself by binge watching Netflix. If you like to eat ice cream, go have a bowl of ice cream. Have two. But when you get up tomorrow, the day after you reach the goal tomorrow, start action steps for the next goal. Everybody's allowed, I had a coach tell me this, a wise coach. Everybody's allowed to have a bad day, but you're not allowed to have two. So keep going forward, keep pushing forward. And listen, I know it gets hard. That's why I'm here. Remember, I'm a mindset coach. You can reach out to me anytime, send me a DM. I can get you on my calendar. We can definitely get you in line and focused and make sure you accomplish your dreams. Because I would love for you to do that. Like, that would make my heart happy. That's what I live for. That's what I live for. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope that you start your goals tomorrow. Remember, only 2% of people reach their dreams. So if you got to be serious about it. And the only way you're going to be serious about it is by putting action to the goals. And then the goals lead to the dream, right? So I was going to say keep doing you, but I don't want you to keep doing you. I want you to do better. So continue to be you, but just put some action steps with it towards that dream that you want. All right? Have a wonderful evening. Mwah. I love you. Bye.